Wow.
And we actually outperformed other districts by 14% last year in industry certification. So when you look at kids who are not bound for the traditional colleges, I think being in Broward County Public Schools is one of the best places in the state of Florida they can be, to be able to be on that track based upon our achievements in that area, and what the district has done.
Do you have an idea of what the numbers are? Do you have an idea? And if you don't know, it's okay.
I think it says about 6,000 industry certification annually. Um,
And give us some of the ideas, particularly for the parents who will see this interview, who will see this conversation, hear this conversation. Give us some ideas of some of the subject areas, because it's, as an educator, as a person who loves the art of learning,
mhm.
it's a hard pill for me, a hard reality for me to accept. So if the kid is not going to go to college and maybe not go to the military, which is another option, talk to us about some of the specialties or some of the subject areas available in Broward County, which makes us number one compared to other counties and maybe even other states.
Right. Well, you have different schools may offer different things and different options for students. Some may be technologically based, some may be electrically based, some may be automotive based, and so on and so forth. But there are many different options for industry certification for many areas of interest within the county. If you look at Broward County Public Schools website, they have information on that as well for children who have specific areas of interest, which
Mhm,
is browardschools.com, that they can actually look at to see what particular area would be of interest to them and what particular school would be offering those things
mhm,
that they can look into attending.
mhm. All right, so as we are approaching approximately an hour, here comes another tough question, Dr. Holness. The plan is to introduce you to the residents of Broward County as much as possible so they can hear you, listen to your platform, and vote for you on August the 18th. And then again, the other date potentially is November 3rd. However, vote for you every single time, every single opportunity this year.
Right.
Talk to us as to why you're the better candidate. Why should the constituents, why should the residents of Broward County vote for you, Dr. Jeff Holness, as opposed to anyone else?
Right. Well, Ted, if you look across all the candidates that are running for the at-large seat, I believe I have the strongest school leadership experience, the
Mhm,
strongest community service experience. As far as I know, I am the only candidate running with successful, significant business ownership experience. And I am also very highly educated in the field of education. So when you look at these different areas, I believe that I'm bringing to the table the kind of experience, the kind of knowledge, as well as the passion, as well as the dedication and the commitment to the board that we need at this time. We are living in unprecedented times. We're living in times where we need an individual on the board who is a tested and proven leader, an individual on the board who has experience hitting the ground running from day one. When I started out as a teacher, within the first 5 to 7 years, I've quickly advanced and grow into significant leadership roles within the schools,
mhm,
including school advisory council, ESOL coordinator, and so on. Within 5 years, I've grown my business from 0 students to being one of the top learning centers in Broward County, and also now to be the leading learning center adapting to the effects of the coronavirus pandemic in transitioning our students online. So I am bringing to the board the experience of leadership, strong leadership, the experience of running a business successfully and adapting to changes in in how we do business. And I think those are essential qualities that are important on our board at this time. And when you look at as well, Ted, I have significant community service involvement. I am currently a member of the Consumer Protection Board for Broward County. I was chair of the Parks and Recreation Board for the City of Plantation, and just so many different things that I have been involved in. I was president of the Kiwanis Club, which geared towards the interests of children as well. So I'm bringing a wide range of knowledge, a wide range of experience to the board that I believe surpass any of the other candidates.
Okay, you mentioned business, and I'm supposed to be closing this up, but I have more questions that there's just so much I could talk to you about. You mentioned business. Why is your business experience relevant? Why is it important? And for the people who don't know, talk about the relevance of having a relationship with the business community and education.
Right. Well, business experience gives you a lot of insight into how to how to have a balanced budget, how to spend, how to market, how to please and satisfy your customers. So when you look at, for example, the school district, we're going to be faced with a significant loss of funding due to the reduction in sales tax that fund our schools. The reduction in sales tax comes from the fact that the coronavirus pandemic has caused many non-essential businesses to shut down. And when that happens, there will be a reduction in the amount of sales tax that the state will collect, which means there'll be less money, Ted, to be able to fund schools. I think it's important on a business perspective to be able to understand how to effectively use the limited resources we have, how to have the right marketing in place, how to also satisfy and make sure we have great customer satisfaction, how to market our district as one of the best place for students to be, just as you would market a business as the best business for a customer to walk in. So I think owning a business gives me experience in being able to handle a budget, in being able to handle employees, and in being able to market and to satisfy our customers. I believe that will bring significant opportunity to the board that
And to our students directly, and to our students.
and towards students. Now, bear in mind, Ted, my business is also a learning center. So I am dealing with children every day, and I think that gives me continuous hands-on experience,
And special insight, and special insight.
special insight. So when I transitioned into running a business, I didn't leave the classroom. Kuman Center is a classroom with students. So I've always been hands-on educating our kids, and therefore that hasn't changed either. So there's a lot that I'm bringing to the board in not just being a business owner, but the type of business that I operate as well.
All right. Dr. Holness, considering the pandemic, we have a crisis that is multidimensional. One of the current problems that I've heard about as a community person, as a person who is engaged with the community, is the parents' adaptability to the situation. So maybe you might agree with me. I believe that parents are the number one educators of the children. However, there are a lot of parents who are struggling on many levels. And so in their mind, their job is to just send the kids to school, have the kids get educated, and let them worry about putting food on the table. So as we talk about getting back to the norm, as we look forward to overcoming the pandemic,
Right.
what are your thoughts on the possibility of creating continuous, not just a one time, but continuous training programs, not just for our kids, but for the parents? Like maybe in August and September, I think that it might be useful for the school board to consider the possibility of creating some sort of an introduction to technology 101, so that they can A, help their children, and
Right.
B, keep up with the kids' grades. Because still today I have parents who say to me, because I'm an online teacher now, and parents who say, well, I don't know how to get into Pinnacle. I don't know, to when interims came out. I don't know when report cards came out. So what are your thoughts on possibly creating not just a situation where we're not just educating the kids of the community, but we also are educating the parents of the community, so that we as a collective can move forward when it comes to the next generation?
Right. Well, in light of what has happened, Ted, with the coronavirus pandemic, I think now more than ever, we need to be able to educate our parents in terms of how to effectively use technology at home with the children and so on. In fact, when you look at the attendance that we had initially when we started to transition in March
Mhm,
uh, on Canvas, a lot
mhm,
of parents did not have any idea how to get onto Canvas. They have young children. They have kids who are in grade one, kindergarten, and so on. And so initially, we noticed that the attendance rate was not as high as we wanted it to be. But
mhm,
part of that problem was parent knowledge of the technology.
mhm.
So I think having training for parents very, very important in the whole process. We cannot make the assumption that our parents know. We really, because some parents, some kids are in homes where it's mostly the grandparents that are looking after them and so on, and they may not be aware of it, or they may have a fear of technology. They have, they may be not be so keen to want to go on it. So I think having the training is very important for parents. I think, in fact, I did have a conversation with someone before when we transitioned to Canvas that it was important for us as a district to provide some kind of training video or something that we send out to all our parents initially to make sure that they are able to do so. And I think moving forward, we actually do need to have a lot of emphasis on parent training using technology to make sure that they understand. So our kids who are in the younger grade levels and so on, they can be successful. And also, Ted, we also have kids who have significant learning disabilities that they may have parents who are also not very technologically savvy, and we need to be able to ensure that those parents are being trained as well. So we have to look at everyone and make sure that they're able to have the platform and understand how to use it to be able to succeed.
Okay, having said that, Dr. Holness, the community will see this conversation, will hear this conversation. I will rebroadcast it repeatedly and get you the widest audience possible. At some point, someone's going to be able to say, you know what, I want to learn even further. Even though we've been on live for over an hour, I'd like to know about Dr. Holness even further. And I'd like to be able to tell my friends, neighbors, and family members to vote for him. Where can the community reach you? What is your website? What is your phone number? How is it that a member of the community can reach you, ask you some questions as to when they are figuring out you are the person to vote for? How can you be reached?
Right. Well, in order to get a lot more information about me, I encourage everyone to go on to my website. My website is jeffholness.com. It's very straightforward. And
Jeff, with two F's, correct?
yes, with two F's. So it's jeffholness.com.
jeffholness.com.
Yes, there's a lot of information on there regarding my platform, regarding my background, and so much. I even post my resume on there as well, Ted, so they can see pretty much what I've done and also what I intend to do for Broward County Schools once I get on the board. So the website is really important, jeffholness.com. They can also email me at drjeffholness2020 at gmail.
Doctor spelled out or just DR?
Yes, DR.
DR, is there a period after the DR or no period?
No period. It just goes straight. So Dr. Jeff Holness 2020 at gmail.com as well. And if they would like to call the campaign, they can call at 954
954
600
600
4033.
4033. Once again, 954 600 4033.
Yes.
Okay, so before I do my wrap up, what are your closing thoughts? What is your final message, your conclusionary message to the constituents of Broward County so that they can remember who to vote for on August 18th?
Yes. Well, I'd like to just say to everyone that we are living in really unprecedented times. We are living in times of so much uncertainty, so much ambiguities, and we really need to, as a county, elect someone to the board who has the knowledge, the experience, and the right attitude to be able to foster an environment of unity, an environment of cooperation and collaborative engagement to move our district forward and to ensure that our kids will move soundly into a brighter future. So I am asking for your support. My website is www.jeffholness.com. And on my website, you will see a lot more information. Please check it out. And I look forward to your support coming August 18th.
Okay, well, there you have it, social media land. My name is Ted Victor, and today is Thursday evening, May the 21st. We are approaching 8 o'clock, and I'm going to say to my Brazilian brothers and sisters, a gente do Brasil, a gente que fala português, se você está procurando uma pessoa para votar, o 18 de agosto, estou pedindo, por favor, que você vote para o Jeff Holness. Ele é uma pessoa que é preparado para dirigir a educação aqui no Broward County, condado do Broward. De novo, se você está procurando uma pessoa para votar para a educação, 18 de agosto, você tem que lembrar o Jeff Holness. My Spanish-speaking community, my brothers and sisters de la República Dominicana, de Puerto Rico, de Venezuela, de Colombia, yo estoy pidiendo que ustedes recuerden el 18 de agosto que hay que votar para Jeff Holness. Es una persona que está extremadamente preparado, educador, profesor, también hombre de negocios. Por favor, que comparten esta información con sus vecinos, con sus amigos. El 18 de agosto hay que votar para Jeff Holness. Frère Maxime qui est haïtien. Si nous cherchons un frère nous, un Jamaïcain, un frère nous qui comprend nous, qui est bien préparé, qui a un diplôme doctorat en éducation, nous pouvons changer date août 18, excusez, août 18, pour nous voter pour Jeff Holness, docteur Jeff Holness. Partager l'information ça avec amis nous, voisins nous, moun nous connaît famille nous, pour nous voter pour frère nous Jeff Holness. M'a compter sur nous. Pas oublier, partager l'information. Social media land, this is me, Ted Victor, closing out. Obviously, this is probably the best prepared candidate I have thus spoken to when it comes to education. On August the 18th, I ask that you remember to share this information with your neighbors and friends and to vote for Dr. Jeff Holness. Dr. Jeff Holness, it is my pleasure and my honor to have had you here on my platform. I believe in you. We are cut from the same cloth when it comes to education. And I do believe, even though education is not healthcare per se, but I do believe you, sir, and all educators are in the business of saving lives. So thank you very, very, very much. And before we leave, are there any other closing statements or any other subjects that you'd like to be able to make sure that the public knows about you?
Well, Ted, I would be remiss if I did not say to everyone in the community, when you look at the month of May, I want to say happy Haitian Heritage Month. And I also want to say happy Jewish Heritage Month. Happy American Muslim Heritage Month to
Yes.
all.
Yes. I appreciate that. I celebrate Haitian Heritage Month every month. I celebrate Valentine's Day every day. I celebrate Mother's Day every day. I celebrate Father's Day every day. So thank you very much for reminding me about that recognition, Dr. Holness. I really appreciate that.
I just want to say really quick, Ted, I just want to say happy birthday to my son. It's coming up on May 25th.
Happy birthday. How old will he be?
He will be 14. So I'm
awesome.
Really looking forward to it. I am going to have to come up with some creative ways to really let him have some fun. So I just want to say happy birthday to Jordan.
Oh, by the way, do you want to, and I appreciate that because I'm thinking, you're busy. How are you going to celebrate? You're going to have to find a creative time to celebrate with him and at the same time campaign and at the same time fundraising. How are you fundraising? Because it's tough now.
Yes, well, fundraising is always a challenge. I know that a lot of families are going through economic hardship. So we try our best to not burden families too much and not burden folks too much by asking for funds. We do hope that anyone who can provide to our campaign that they will, but we also understand the economic hardships that folks are facing. So more importantly, Ted, is that we have individuals who can volunteer to make phone calls, things that do not necessarily cost money.
Yes, we do need volunteers for those who can sit at home and make some phone calls. We do need you to volunteer. So please go to the website, which is jeffholness.com.
Yes, jeffholness.com.
Go to the website and register as a volunteer to offer yourself. If you don't have money, If you do have money, please do donate. If you don't have money, you understand, volunteer your time.
Yes.
Continue.
Yes, so we appreciate anyone who's willing to volunteer on our campaign, and we understand the economic hardship as well during this time. So if you can't provide funding, you can also provide your service. And everything is on the website. If you do need to volunteer, you would like to volunteer with us, you can send that information to us from our website. And if you'd like to donate, that would be greatly appreciated as well. And you can donate whatever you can afford. If you can't afford to donate, you can provide your service. So we really appreciate every help we can get. And I thank you so much. And I look forward to the voters making the right choice and choosing Jeff Holness on August 18th.
On that note, I thank you again in advance, because in addition to donating your time and money, we appreciate and we're counting on your vote. Thank you very much, Social Milan. This is Ted Victor signing out with the Broward Social Network on Thursday, May the 21st at approximately 8 p.m. Dr. Holness, it is always a pleasure, always a pleasure, always a pleasure to talk with you. You have a
Appreciate
wonderful
it.
evening.
I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you. All right.